There we go. Now I got myself. Just had to try to make sure I hear. Welcome everyone to the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series presented by the Jam Printing and Promotions. Just have a few minutes, or about another minute here to go in practice before we get to qualifying. I am your host here this evening with NASCAR 360 Racing Network. My name is Adam Figger. I'm the announcer here this evening for the Jam Printing and Promotion Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. Sounds like everything is good on the broadcast end, so I'm glad everybody is here. This is the first race of many, I'm sure, as this league gets rolling here. They just, I think it's the league that I was actually talking to that has recently become a 501c3, but I'm not quoting on that. I believe that's true, so I want to give them congrats on that. Really like the way this league is put together so far with their thought process anyway. So without further ado, we are getting ready to roll here with the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series here this Thursday night. Well, as I said tonight, we are here with the Goat Locker Racing Series. We are here at Talladega. Kind of a D-shaped, a little different than Daytona, as the start-finish line is a little different, as it is halfway down it's after the tri-oval, where at Daytona it's kind of in the midpoint of the tri-oval. So a little bit different there as we're getting ready for qualifying. You can see here tonight the weather sits at 82 degrees. Humidity is about 53%, partly cloudy, with 10 miles an hour wind, not giving me exactly which way that is going. Track temp right now, I want to say track temp is 108 degrees on track. So the track temperature is going to be 108. Not one of my favorite tracks. I mean, I enjoy racing here at Talladega, but it's just unfortunate that I don't have the luck or possibly the vision to do so. Right now, out on track, though, we have, that looks to be the 22 of Nicholas Limburger. He's putting down a decent lap right now. Get the power up here. That way you can kind of see what's going on here. As driver, Nicholas Limburger has definitely put down a decent lap there. As you see the pink bar there on the bottom, that means he's right around where he needs to be for the best time. Everybody in green, they're on a decent lap themselves. as we wait to see how these drivers fall in here, as we're currently watching Limburger on his qualifying run. Thank you all that are tuning in to the Goat Locker Racing. Nazareth 360 Racing also has their other series going on right now. If you want to catch that, make sure to check out the other stream that is currently going on live now as well. We worked together here previously to try to make sure that we both can be live at the same time, and we're pretty sure we can, as Matt Knights is there bringing in the pole at the moment with a 56.19. Lemberger has a 56.25. Barkus, though, pulls in a Jamie Barkus 56.21. Iskus with a 56.22. So these drivers are right around the time of each other. They're not too far off of one another. So this is going to be a really good, really tight race, especially when we get the draft going here early. You'll see the lines form inside, outside. Definitely two-lane racing throughout the pack here at Daytona. Or not Daytona. It's similar to Daytona, but no, this is Talladega. I'm sorry. As we're in for some high-flying action here at Talladega, there's the 25 of James Kaufman. He's currently sitting second with a 56.21. Gardner has a 56.21. Marcus has a 56.21. So drivers are separated by thousands of second. Not just hundreds, but thousands. As they've been ready to roll here this evening from Talladega. Not about another minute 20 here before the race officially grids. There's Jamie Barkus. He is heading in as his laps are completed, I believe. Jamie Ball to the 66 machine. Mark Holyfield, senior, here in the number 13. Great looking truck. We've got about 50 seconds left to go here in qualifying. Field stacking up. Decent field here this evening for the Goat Locker Truck Series. Unsure what went on there. As you see the times across the bottom of your screen, that is their qualifying times. And you can see whether they're yellow, the yellow is the best time, a decent time, but what you really want to be is you really want to be in the pink. Pink means you're on track for the best times. Try to be up there with the best times. So you see Barron there, down there in the middle of your screen. Brandon Barron, he's got a 40, he's running a 49, coming across. And qualifying is over. Getting ready to grid up here for the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series presented by Jim.
All right, everyone, thanks for coming out tonight. We got a 7-5 chase Talladega to kick off the season. Like Pat said, with the rules, we got leader gets lane choice, initial start on 3, and on consecutive restarts.
Oh, here we go. There's our starting lineup. We got Matt Knights in first on his outside. Starting second, James Kaufman. In third, it starts Jeremy Gardner. Jamie Barkus will start fourth. Carl Spiskus will start fifth. In sixth comes Brandon Evans. Hopefully everybody's hearing me over the roar of the engines just fine. I'm pretty sure I am, though. In seventh is Jamie Mullins. Robert Barber there in eighth. Patrick Drabick there in ninth. Nicholas Lemberger will round out the top 10. Doug Ellingson there in 11th. Christopher Morse in 12th. Oh, no, don't do this dang thing. In 13th, John Anthony. Ryan Perkins will start 14th. 15th, Daniel Crackle. Scott Formosa there in 16th. David Camara there in 17th. 18th goes to Jake Ellingson. 19th will start Mark Holyfield Sr. 20th will be Darren Dennis, Jake Ham in 21st, Alan Marshall in 22nd. A little farther back to grid here. Brandon Barron, 23rd. Edmund Jones, 24th. Levi Webb starting 25th. 26 will be starting Joe Yates. 27, Alex Cruz. 28th, Mike Isaac. Trevor McManus in 29th. Regis Clark in 30th. James Goshen in 31st. Brandon Walls, round out your field in the 32 position. So we got a field of 32 trucks here this evening as we get everything rolling in the Jam Printing and Promotions Truck Series here with the Goat Locker Racing League. Pace truck lights are out. We're going to have one lap of pace, and then they'll take the green flag. If I'm hearing on restarts, the leader will get lane choice. It's 70 laps of the distance here this evening. I do not think they run stages, so it's going to be 70 laps straight through. Pace truck will come off turn 4 as we get set to roll this evening here with the Goat Locker Racing League. There you see the flag man. He's got the green flag in his hand. There you see the restart zone. Trucks are still rolling through 3 and 4. They're coming off of 4 now, coming towards that trioval. Pace trucks get ready to pull off. Green flag is in the air. And they are down and away here in just a moment as they hit the restart zone now. There's your restart zone. Green flag is in the air. They are away. Coffee hit the restart there on the inside. Barton still third. He's pushing along the cockpit. As Gardner now is going to take, Gardner is showing as the leader. Not sure why. The 64 should be the leader. Unless my scoring and things have moved up to 42, is showing out front. I have to figure out what happened to the 64, why Matt Knights is down here in showing in 30th position on my score. Derby Gardner, there he goes. Wait, nope, we got the 25 of Kaufman. I don't understand what went on with my scoring loop here. You got to check it as it comes across the screen and kind of see what I'm talking about. I do not think that the 64 is registered as the leader at the moment. Now it's definitely not. The 25 of Kaufman now takes the lead, drops down to the inside, getting a little loosey-goosey there. The cryo. Into turn 1 they go. Heading onto the backstretch, side by side. Everybody holding together just right now. As they come down into 3 and 4, 3 wide there, middle of the pack. Got a couple trucks on the outside to come out of 4 and with that coyote. Everybody trying to push for position right now. 3 wide back here with the 22 that's the 27. That's the 27 from Jake Ellison there in the middle. There's the 43 of Christopher Morse. Out front again, it looks like Knights is finally, the scoring loop has finally put Knights in the correct area now. Herb is sitting third. Battle for the lead between Marcus and Kaufman. Marcus on the outside. Kaufman there on the inside. Davis is there behind. Wait a minute. Evans, not Davis. Evans is on the He's there with 39. I'm trying to catch these trucks and they went by so quickly. He's on the outside. Evans on the outside. Marcus on the outside. So those two drivers are trying to put their way in the got the of Robert Barber on the outside with them. A little farther back, they're still pushing 3 wide in some areas. With the 27 being caught in the middle yet again. The 80 on the way outside. That's the 80 of Scott Formosa. 3 wide, a little further back. With 01 of Mike Isaac. 4 wide down the back stretch. And there they go around. I got a feeling it was coming with that being 4 wide. Big one here at Talladega at the moment here at the back of the pack. Oh, here we see yellow flag come out. Alex Cruz involved. You'll see up here ahead of these drivers, they're going to go 4 wide, coming into the corner. That's ahead of this group here a little bit. As you see, the 17, that's who I need to try to get a look at, is the 17 of Ryan Perkins. As that looks to be where it started. There on the outside, you can see the O or the. I can see which driver that was. It looks like the 01 or the 10. I'm not exactly sure. I know it's not the 01 of Mikey. I think it might be the 61 of Levi Webb. Gets into the back of the 17, gets him spun around, and then extra calamity after that. As everybody scatters and tries to miss, but unfortunately some cannot and get caught up into it. Down the pit road they come.
Somebody can get that beat right and they're real good.
As we are sitting here under caution right now. Unfortunately, for some of these drivers, their night's ending a little sooner or getting banged up sooner than what they would like. A little bit of field shakeup. We got Evans now as the leader, Barber in second, Knights in third, Lemberger fourth, Barkus fifth, Jeremy Gardner there in sixth, Morse in seventh, Charles Fiskus in eighth, Ellingson in ninth, and rounding out the top 10 is Scott Formosa. All right. Driver's getting set. Lights are out on the pace track. Coming off of turn 2, heading down the backstretch. We got Evans in the lead. As we are under caution, let's take a look back through the field here past the top 10. Some great looking paint schemes here this evening. Still learning some drivers' names. As I'll get used to them here as the season goes on. I'm quite sure of it. 51 there. Good looking machine of Edmund Jones. 58 Army truck there of Doug Ellickson. Got a Stars and Stripes machine at 57. Remember the fallen, Daniel Crackle. As you saw in the promo, this league has bounded together with veterans for veterans. Pace track, pulling off. To the Geico restart zone they come. Green flag is out. Evans is away down there on the inside. The 8 of Barber's trying to keep with him on the inside. Knight's falling back now. As Evans jumps to the high side. Don't really see that move too much where you jump up a lane. Normally they jump down a lane, but he had to block the oncoming run from the 8. Barber to the 8 second. Knights and Limburger side by side with the rest of the field. 3 wide here towards 10th position. That's going to be Lawrence, Fiscus, and Formosa. Formosa there on the outside in the 80. The 4 of Fiscus there in the middle. Down on the bottom, that is the 27 of Jake Ellingson. And behind them, we got him 3 wide as well. That is the 81 of Darren Dennis in the middle. Coming through the trioval, 3 wide. I don't think we really want to push it a little wide again, but there's some that may get a little too aggressive, a little early here. Early knockbacks into this long 70-lap run. The 81 of Darren Dennis there on the outside, making some runs. The 39 of Evans still out front, looking good there with the 8 pushing the bumper off of that machine. 22 of Limburger there in third. Limburger jumps down to the inside, down in front of the 64 of Knights. Through 3 and 4 they come. No quarterback, 3 wide for 10th, 11th, 12th. 27, or I'm sorry, 58 of Ellingson there in the middle. The 80 is up top. I believe that is the, yes, that is the 80 of Formosa on the outside. As they single it back out to 2-lane racing instead of 3. We are going to be in for some excitement as the race goes on here this evening. All right. Through 3 and 4 they go. The 22 of Limburger fighting back on the bottom. Evans on the side with the Barber pushing him. The 64 of Knights pushing the 22 Limburger. Side by side down through the front stretch trio. Into turn 1 they go. Looking back here at the 10th position of Jake Ellingson, he's going to be the one to round out your top 10. Others are still battling to try to get into the top 10. Scott Famosa back here in 13th. John Anthony in 14th. Mikey Isaac here back at 16th position. He's going to try to fight his way up. In the 01, looks like it's a camouflage machine, but we are 3 wide again. Out on the outside is Scott Formosa, stuck out on the outside once again. Not the place you really want to be, up there next to the wall, and we got him spinning once again, wrecking on the back front stretch. That is the 02. Or is that the 22? 02 of David Pomera.
All right, guys. Hey, the party comes out. Stay in it for a large match.
As they're coming out of 4, you'll see the 23 or 28, rather.
Three cars coming up the bank, Jed.
Pretty sure that's the 28. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see if we can get on board here. Nope, not the 28. It was... Looking back here for David again, back here with the 02. Maybe it was the 28. You're 28 or 23. It was the 28. More, give him just a little bit of a nut. And around goes David Camara. Down there on the inside. Unfortunate break for him. That's the thing with running Talladega. You're in such a tight pack. It does not take much. It's hard impact to that inside wall. Unfortunate there for David. Drivers heading down pit road once again. We got Evans now out front still with Gardner in the 42. Behind him there in second. Darren Dennis in the 81. He's in third now. Doug Ellingson, he's in fourth. Brandon Barron is fifth. Mark Holyfield there in sixth. Lemberger comes out in seventh. Matt Knight's there in eighth. Marcus will leave pit road coming out onto the track ninth. Christopher Morris will round out your top 10 in that 43. Looks like a petty throwback paint scheme. Jake Ellingson there at 11th. Barber 12th. Jamie Mullins there in 13th. Scott Formosa 14th. Patrick Trebek there in 15th. Wallace 16th. Jones 17th. Fiskus 18th. Him will be in 19th. Yates there in 20th. Webb 21st. Isaac 22nd. Marcus 23rd. Gosum there in 24th. And Perkins will round out the top 25. As we're under caution yet again here at Talladega, this will be our, see if this tells us, our second caution here with the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series promoted by Jam Printing and Promotions. You can see the 42 of Gardner on the outside. Ellensburg there behind him in the fourth position. That U.S. Army 58 truck. He'll be to the outside of Darren Dennis, who is currently in the 81 in third position. Evans still holding that top spot. We'll see if he does the same thing again. Where last restart, I believe it was Evans that was up there, went out. No, was it either Evans or was it Barber? I can't remember now. No, it was definitely Evans. Last restart, I believe it was, if I'm getting the trucks correct. Evans took the inside but jumped to the outside. Will we see that again on this restart? Coming back to the restart zone. Pace truck is off. The 39 of Evans will bring him to the flag. Green flag out, and they are away. Evans gets to jump on the bottom, bringing Dennis with him. But unfortunately, Dennis does not get there. 39 of Evans does try to jump to the outside, does not get the block to happen, as now the 42 of Gardner goes to the lead, bringing Dennis with him. 58 of Doug Ellinson. There on the outside, 3 wide, behind the leads. 3 wide, 3 rows deep. As they come up through the field, 58 is going to drift up a little bit. We don't really want to drift too much. You want to keep it between them white lines, as those partner racing lines. The last thing you want to be is 4 wide, as there's not really enough room to go 4 wide here at Talladega. 15 of 70, soon to be complete, as they come through the restart zone again. 13 coming off the cryo. Down the front stretch they come, all as a pack. If you see them side by side, 1 truck, 2 truck, 3 truck wide. Robert on the outside. Behind him, that's going to be a little loose, and they are together. 22 ends up coming off the track. 58 gets involved. They are still wrecking as they come down through the backstretch. Matt Holyfeld involved. Tough break there, and I'm not sure exactly what started. I think it was a little bit of the 58 getting loose. We'll see if we can get a decent camera here from our production side to get a proper camera. There we go. That seems like a decent camera for this. Coming down the backstretch, looks like the 58 just all of a sudden drifted up, overcorrects it, comes down into the 22, taps the 22, up the track they come, up into the 64 of Matt Knights. There's a 13. He's going to try to sneak through here. Not sure if he completely does. As the 58 turns the 22 back up into the outside wall again. And here I think is where the 22 gets tagged with the 66 and the 01 coming back up on track, catching the 13. Around the 13 goes. tough break here coming out of 4, coming down into the tri-oval. I believe that's, if I'm looking at the track correctly, I think that's where they're at. Unless it was unless that was coming out of 2 down the backstretch, which very well could be. See if I can figure out from this angle where they're at. Coming down the backstretch is where this all went in red. See 22 come up. There's the contact. Just a lot of frustration there, I'm sure, here at the back of the pack. As a lot of these drivers had great runs going for them, and now they're sent down to the pits. Barber now out front in the number 8 machine. The 80 of Scott Formosa is in second. Third's going to go to Jamie Barkus. Jake Ellingson there in fourth. Trebek in fifth. Fiskus there in sixth. Yates in seventh. Webb 8th. Goshen 9th. And rounding out the top 10, that's going to be the 57 of Daniel Crackle. Perkins in 11th. Anthony in 12th. Ellen Marshall 13th, Aaron Dennis 14th, Gardner will be 15th, Evans 16th, Morris 17th, Jamie Mullins in 18th, Brandon Wallace 19th, and Brandon Barron there in 20th position. Now we're under our third caution here this evening. There is your top 20 as it stands right now. Some of these drivers trying to make a climb up through the field. But this is typical Talladega racing as we are running hard here this evening. I want to thank all the viewers that are tuning in to watch the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series presented by JM Printing and Promotions. Lights are out on the pace truck. Turns 1 and 2 out of turn 2. You see them side by side as we're getting lined up here for yet another restart. Robert Barber out front in Jake's 8 machine. Formosa there on his outside in the 80. 15th of Barkus there in third. 27 of Jake Ellingson there in fourth. Rounding out your top 5 will be Patrick Trebek. Pace truck, get ready to pull off. As we get set for the green flag here at Talladega for the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves here this evening as we are watching this live. Robert Barber gets a great restart. The 15th of Jamie comes across the bottom. They're making a good run for the second position. Inside lane getting warmed up. Top side lane is a little broken up right now. Patrick there on the inside. The 04 Alfiscus. He's going to try to get the top lane together here with at least three trucks. He's going to try to bring forward the 61 of Levi Webb as they come down the backstretch. Everybody's starting to get warmed up now as we get back to full song here heading into turn 3. Scott Formosa still trying to battle 3 wide in sections towards the backs of the pack, it seems. But only left 20. Jack Cam, Jake Cam, I'm sorry, is there on the inside at number 3. There's 20, or 39, I'm sorry, Brandon Evans. Brandon Evans doing a great job here this evening, as well as a lot of other drivers were currently on board with Brandon Evans going down the back stretch, down into corner number 3. You can kind of see the banking here at Talladega. As this is the driver thing we're looking at. You can just see how much of a bank there is here at Talladega coming down into the trioval now. And yet the race is not over yet, and they still got to come down this stretch here, and now they've crossed the strike just before they head into turn 1. And we're taking a lap around with Brandon Evans here at Talladega on board, looking up in front of him at the Dare machine. I believe that is the 23 or 28. That is the 28. I'm sorry, Brandon Barrett. That's Evans getting the run. Up front though, Formosa trying to get up there to the front. 15th of Vargas, though, fighting on the bottom. Barber on the inside. 27 pushes Vargas to the front. Ellingson and Barber now your top 2 fighting across the bottom, come across the stripe for first and second. Now the battle is on for third, and we are 3 wide back here towards the 10th, 12th positions. Wait, I'm sorry, a little farther back than that. 14th, 15th, 16th, all through there, and then it's tight coming off the 2. Down the back. Side by side, the 82 is still working tight. That is the Ellen Marshall. Sticking there, not sure what just happened there, as I just lost the whole field. I got them all back down. There was a camera glitch there for a moment. Back down out of 4. It is Barkus fighting across the top side. Barber on the outside. Barkus on the inside. Will be led by Barkus. It's a connection. There's something going on, rather. It's a little weird. Not sure exactly what's going on. Hopefully it smooths out as the race progresses, as we are now on lap 24 of 70. Down the back stretch, leaving as we have lots. Sorry, I'm not exactly sure what's going on, why the blinking's going on. As we got the 61 of Levi Webb here in the 8th position. Behind him is Christopher Morse and James Goshen there in 10th, rounding out the top 10. Great battles going on the track. 3 wide still back here towards the 10th, 11th, 12th. Well, that's the 15th and 16th position. Trying to figure out what's going on here. Am I losing one truck that I'm clicking on, or am I losing the whole field? I'm trying to figure that out here. Sorry, folks, for the problems that might be arising momentarily here and there, but we are still with it. Jake Ellingson, he's up there trying to further lead as he's now in 2nd position. We've got Patrick Drabick behind him in that 5th position. They're on the inside, on their inside. That's going to be Barber, followed by the 80 of Formosa. And then you've got the 04, of Fiscus, all working the outside. Side by outside through the start zone down towards the start finish line. 43, looking to the middle. Going to try the middle lane, coming into the turn one. Sneaks better up and sneaks back up there behind the number 61 of Webb. Levi Webb. Back a little farther, we have battles going on. We still got them trying to go 3 wide. That is the 82. Going north into the middle. Outside is 20 up Barron. They're inside. 3 wide, coming through, 3 and 4, I believe. Real tight. Oh man, I hate when they get that tight, especially here on this iRacing platform. But as they get so tight, that nip code can sometimes rear its ugly head. As we got them going 3, possibly 4 wide. The tryover. The 82 of Marshall currently sitting in 7th. You can see the 8 of Robert Barber and the 80 of Formosa. They got stuck on that outside, getting freight train now from the guys on the bottom. Everybody's still a little weaving going front down the back stretch. Looks to be Evans making his move. You saw him a little farther back, but he's up here at 8. He's now jumped to the high side with the high lane. He's going to try to bring that high lane, that high third lane, up through the field. They are touching here in the back. That is the Levi Webb Machine 61 in the middle, touching 80, I believe. Yes, the 80 of Formosa. They're touching a little bit, going through the high side. I'm not sure if the 61 wants to keep his lane or go high. Back up front, though, you got the 43 of Christopher Morris battling here side by side. Jamie Clark is for the lead. 27 of Ellingson there on the inside. As they are becoming 3 wide, bringing Evans with them on the outside. Very tight, very competitive racing right now as they come through 3 and 4, come around to Tryo. 3 wide. What a picture as they come off of the turn 4 down into the trioval. Top 2 lanes are trying to prevail, but we are 3 wide for the lead. As they come across the line, it will be Evans out on the outside. As we got one dropping clear to the bottom, that's going to be the 42 of Gardner. He's going to try to jump in front of that inside lane and pick it up and bring that front lane with him. Barber staying with Evans. Formosa there on the outside, getting close there, working with the 8 and the 8. I'm sorry, working with the 8 and the 39 on the outside, but had to think better of it. I think it turned. There's going around. Unfortunate ending there to Barron, as he's going to have some problems with the truck, I'm sure. Bringing the on the pole replay here. I honestly don't know if there is a fault here or if that was just that nasty neck code I was talking about. 28 up there on the outside. No, the 20 or the 61 does go up too high and catches the rear panel of the 28, sending him around. That collects the back here at the back. The 04, the 61, the 99, and the 13 get involved together. The 22 tries to find an alternate route. The 61 comes down and T-bones the 13. Unfortunate there. Right on board with Matt Knights here. You see all that smoke up there. He's unsure where to go. He's just going to sneak his way up across the top. You see the 2 of Regis Clark there on the inside. He's down here on the bottom. He sees the smoke start letting up a little bit, get down to the apron, hoping he's going to miss it all, but everybody else cleans the racetrack. He's now going to get it slowed down and barely misses the accident there on his inside. Typical Talladega here, as we are now under our fourth caution. Pit stops going on. James Coffin, Knights, Yates, Fiskus, Mullins, all on pit road. Ham's on pit road. Anthony's on pit road. McManus, all coming in for some service. That's going to put the 42 of Gardner out front. Barkus in the 15 in that second position. The 8 of Barber in third. I know my mouth might be getting those two drivers mixed up a little bit as they are running right by each other a lot here this evening at Talladega. The 15 of Jamie Barkus and the 8 of Robert Barber. I'm getting their last names goofed around a little bit, Barkus and Barber, and I think you guys can see how they are very similar. Christopher Morse in fourth, Ellingson there in fifth. Hope everybody's enjoying all the racing action NASRA 360 Racing Network has been bringing you this evening. As I said before, this is not the only race going on this evening. We also have the NASRA League has their big event races going on currently as well. And it's a NASRA 250 that is being broadcasted as well here this evening. Or no, I'm sorry, not tonight. That was last week. I don't see the race details for tonight. Or that could be. That could be it for tonight, since that's been posted just 2 days ago. Or 4 days ago, I'm sorry. Out front, though, we got Gardner, Barkus, Barber, Morris, and Ellingson. There's your top five. Darren Dennis in the sixth position. Trebek, Marshall, Formosa, and Cruz. Haven't talked too much about Alex Cruz here this evening, as he's now moved up into the top 10. That number 5 machine on the outside. Working lap 32 of 70. As lights are off on the pace truck. Pace truck getting set to pull off. Hits pit road. Here comes the driver. They are anxious to get rolling as they are now coming towards the restart zone with Gardner, bringing them to the flag. Green flag in the air once again. Lap 30 of 70 is what we are currently working on. Gardner out front, great restart from the pack that time as we are side by side, completely clear. Down in the 10th position. Outside lane lost a little bit of momentum there as they get rolling up to full song here. They got to try to get a little bit of draft going on that high side. 42 of Gardner, followed by the 8 of Barber. Here comes the 15 on the outside, bringing that train with them. Of the 43 of Morris, Patrick Jabick on the inside. The 81 of Dennis on the outside. He's the one pushing the 43 and helping the 15, trying to get that 15 up. Jamie Barkus up into the front, up into the lead once again here this evening. Down through the triangle they come. In the turn one they come. Gardner still out front. Side by side down through turn one. Turn one to come. Off onto the backstretch. Looking at the 22, up Limburger. He's trying to battle his way back into the top 10. Barbosa sitting in the 10th position. Still tight back here this evening, which is kind of what I thought when I'm looking at the qualifying times here this evening. It's kind of what I thought we were going to see. Good, tight, racing here at Talladega, one of the great restricted plate tracks on the circuit. Morris there in fifth, trying to get. Hold on one moment here. I'm going to try to get rid of things here. So I'm just being very careful with my background noise at the moment. Don't really want to have too many loud barking dogs coming through, so I'm doing my best to keep it at a minimum. On the outside, though, that is the 15, trying to make a run. That's Jamie Barkus with the 43, Morse, and the 81. Looks like he jumped. No, he's still there behind the 43. They're trying to battle up there for that top position. Lap 36 of 70. Currently working that distance right now as they come across the stripe. Darren Dennis in 6th. He's on the outside. He's that 81 machine. Very, very tight racing right now. There's good for up this. Really anybody's racing this hand right now as we're closing in on halfway. As I think we just crossed halfway. I'm getting my math correct. With 36 laps of 70 completed here shortly, I do believe we are over halfway. Hope everybody's enjoying the Goat Walker Racing. And Promotions Truck Series. Down the front stretch they come. The 42 out front. So 42 up Gardner. Jamie Barkus, though, fighting on the outside. Yeah, I'm sorry if you hear the dog barking. I'm trying to get them calmed down here. All right. Here comes turn four down the front stretch. We have them side by side. Turn one. Gardner out front. Barber there in second. Back to the inside. Barkus trying to fight on the outside with the 43 Morris behind them. The 81 Dennis right they're fighting, trying to get that top lane to form a trade and up through the pack they come. down in the corner one they go. Side by side. Down the backstretch they go. 42 up Gardner, still trying to get the front lead away from the 15 of Barkus as they're still battling side by side. Barber jumped down to the bottom side, bringing the 43 behind the 15 on the outside. 81 there in the third truck, back on the high side. Side by side, try over they come. Just trying to get everything situated here so it's not picking up too much. Maybe I can knock out some things here without a problem going on. Alrighty, down the backstretch they go. The 15 is finally going to get a run here that he wanted to get ahead of the 42. 43 of Morrison. He's going to try to get that top lane to work together for him now. Come around on the outside. We're bringing Dennis behind him. And the 80s of Formosa is also there trying to get up to that front. Side by side through the triangle. 3 wide though in the back. It looks like we've got the 39 of Evans trying to squeeze his way through the back. Here behind the 58 with Ian Poinson. And here we go. I'm sorry if you're picking up a little background. I'm trying to get it calmed down here. Down through the turns 3 and 4. Lap 41 of 70. And Gardner on the outside. Barkus there on the... I'm sorry. Barkus, yes, is on the inside. 43 on the inside. 42 has jumped to the outside. That is Gardner. 81 of Dennis is pushing him. And the 80 Formosa. The 80 is 42. Jump down to the bottom. That's going to leave the 80. Still on the outside. Still trying to battle. 43 jumps out of line. He jumps up in front of the 80. Back truck coming up down here on the backstretch. Side by side dragways as they come down to the turn 3. That'd be the 13. Be the 13 of Mark Holyfield. As they come down through the backstretch, down through 3 and 4. 42, Gardner out front. 43 is trying to pull in second. And they're side by side down through the trioval. Formosa behind the 43 on the outside. And it's the 42, 81, 15, all on the bottom. Trying to get that bottom side to come together and work together for them. The 8 jumps to the outside behind the 8 of Formosa. The 8 of Barber pushing now. 43 stuck in the middle. And side by side down through the backstretch. 3 wide. 3 wide. 3 to 4 rows deep coming into turn 3. We've seen this before here a few times here this evening, and it's not played out too well for some rounds. On lap 43 of the 70 that need to be completed here this evening, they touch, coming off a 4. That's 8 in the 58. Side by side, touching as they come through the front stretch. And they touch again. That is the 8. I'm sorry, that is the 8 of Scott Formosa. Get them loose. Touch and contact from the 58. They keep it together though, side by side, as they are still 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch they come. The 8 pushing the 80. 6 30, 22 there in the middle lane, followed by the 3. Regis Clark back here in the number 2. This is all taking place farther back in the field in the From like the 15th to the 20th position, they are three wide, and they are together. There goes the 81, or the 01 of Mikey Isaac. Down on the inside, gets tagged, gets shoved down below the yellow, keeps it together. The leader still green flag race, and it's come down into the triangle to the start finish line. Then Mikey on the inside, trying to get that lead away from Barkus. Morris on the inside, in the three, right behind Barkus. I'm sorry, not behind Barkus. He's behind the 81. I'm sorry, 81 of Dennis is being pushed by Morris in the 43. The 27 of Ellingson behind the 15 as it comes down through into turn 3 and 4. Caution is out. We got Doug Ellison around. There we go. We'll see what caused this replay here as they look wide. 58 looks like there's just some contact there between him and the 27. 58 to come down, gets into the 87 of Yates. Yates comes down, barely touches that inside wall. Great job of him for keeping the run off. 01 there of Isaac gets through. Matt Knight, so he's in the 64. He's going to get involved. As he's there on the bottom side. See him, he gets the job. He's going to end up trying to save those ducks. Matt does a great job of saving up from hitting anything else. So the only damage he's going to have is from the initial contact from wherever he got knocked loose. Great job there by Matt on that skillful driving to keep that off the wall. Darren Dennis out front as your leader. Jamie Barkus in second. Christopher Morris third. Ellingson fourth. Evans there in fifth. Drabick sixth. Lemberger in seventh. Fiskus there eighth. Gardner ninth. And Kaufman will round out your top 10. This is going to be your fifth caution of the Goat Walker Racing Truck Series presented by Jam Printing and Promotions. Down pit road they come. Getting some service done. Barkus is in, but it looks like the whole field is in. All but, well, nope. Wallace comes in. Holyfield stays out. He may be the lucky dog. Wallace not sure where he's at. He looks to be on pit road. So Holyfield stays out, as I think he's going to be your lucky dog coming around the pace truck. Race off of pit road, it's going to be Evans out front, Fiskus second, Dennis in third, Lemberger in fourth, Morris in fifth, Gardner sixth, Kaufman seventh, Barkus eighth, Ellingson ninth, and Drabick there in 10th. That's going to be your top 10 as it stands right now. Going back through the top 20, we got Webb in 11th, Clark in 12th, Goshen there in 13th, McManus at 14th, Jones 15th, Formosa 16th, Barber in 17th, Mullins there in 18th, and 19th is going to go to Marshall, and rounding out your top 20, that's going to be Jake Ham. Still rolling here this evening with the 39 of Evans up towards the front, the 04 of Fiskus. I think Evans is the leader. Fiskus is going to be second. Dennis on the inside behind Evans for this restart. Now, we've seen Evans work this lane before where he started the restarts on the inside. Once he gets rolling, he'll jump to the outside to put the block to the outside lane, get momentum up, and then he kind of will try to hold the lane or hold the front pole position as we have down to 24 laps to go in the Jam Printing and Promotions Truck Series here this evening. Hope everyone's enjoying the broadcast so far. Hopefully, I'm doing a great job bringing it to you. Hopefully, there's no hiccups with the YouTube page, as I hope NASA is able to bring you both of their great races here this evening as we're watching the Goat Locker Racing here presented by me. And over on the other side, we have with Cody on production, if I'm thinking correctly. He's bringing to you the Daytona race for the Speed Week of NASRA. As I'm looking here, looks like next week's race we're going to go to Michigan for 75 laps. That'll be September 21st. We're going to Michigan. 28th, we're going to Richmond for 150 laps of short track racing around Richmond. I might get in trouble for calling Richmond a short track, but in my opinion, it is one of my favorite short tracks. So it'll be a pleasure for me to bring that race to you. Here out front, pace lights are off on the pace truck. Finishing our fifth caution here this evening. We got Evans on the inside, Fiskus on the outside, Dennis on the inside behind Evans, and Limburger on the outside behind Fiskus. Pace truck, off on the inside, now heading towards pit road as the drivers are heading to the restart zone now. Coming into the trioval, 39 of Evans is waiting on that restart zone and the drop of the green flag. Green flag is out. We've got 23 laps to go here with the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series, presented by the Jam Trading and Promotions. Evans gets another great restart there on the bottom side, leaving the four off the drop. He kind of disappeared down into the bottom lane. It is now Evans, Daniels on the inside, followed by the 43 of Morris on the bottom. The 4 of Fiskus has no help yet on the inside. And that one seems like the top side is going to try to come together with the 81 in front. The 42 jumping way out by himself on the top side for the lead, 22 laps to go. He's going to get help, though, as we are now 3 wide. We're about 4 rows back. Truck ahead. He's going to have to get to the apron, as you are not going to get the surface, as he is. He's down on the bottom. That's the 58, I think. Unfortunately for him, he got a strong truck here early on. 3 wide. Many rows deep as they come out of 2. Getting a little dicey there, a little tight. The 43 now jumps up to the middle lane. Up above the 30. They are fighting Morris in the 43. He's going to show them to the lead as they come into turn 3. 42, 80. All on the top lane as they come out of 3 and 4. Looks to be, I want to say, that could be the 2 of Regis Clark up there on the top side. 23 of Morris jumps way to the top side, trying to throw the block. Momentum coming right now down through the trioval. 3 wide, many rows deep as they come down through turns 1 and 2. Everybody's going to try to hold that wheel as steady as they can. And just the tiniest bit of slip can throw this into a world of mayhem. In no time. It's still anybody's ready to bundle up. Such a blanket you can throw over top of the top 15 or more trucks. We are 3 wide. This is great racing going on here with the Goat Locker Racing League, presented by bringing it to you is the Jam Trading and Promotions. What excitement going on here as we hit 20 laps to go. 19 laps to go here in this one. Down into turn one. 3 wide all the way back through the field. I don't think I've seen a race this close in a long time here in the races I have helped produce or had to put on the broadcast. Turn 1 and 2. I do not have a voice later. Such excitement going on here in this one. We got the 39 down to the inside. That is Evans battling for that lead. All the way back through the field. The 81 of Dennis. Something's going to have to give at some point here in the field. Or it'd be interesting to see this battle come completely down to the line. And everybody's fighting for position. 18 laps to go with the race here at Talladega. 3 wide. 42 of Gardner on the outside. The 81 jumps up to the high side now. He's going to try his luck trying to get that top side to bring him forward. A little weaving going on. Hold on to it. That is the fourth. Viscus there. He's getting a little loose coming off the 2. 25 of Puffman. He's on the inside. Still 3 wide. How about the third truck back on back? Everybody's trying to find momentum, trying to find a partner that's going to work with them the most to get up through the front. 42, the 81, still working the outside lane. The middle lane is led by the 43, Christopher Morris. Behind Morris is the 4 of Charles Piskus. Levi Webb in the 61. He's on the inside. He's trying to fight his way up towards that top. Jack Webb there. Or Levi Webb, I'm sorry. He's there. Regis Clark, he's on the outside. I think they're going around. There it is. Knew something had to happen, and they're so close, it's not going to go too well for some of these drivers. The 99's around. Caution is at 19 laps to go.
Driving into turn 2 here.
You see Matt Knights, he goes off track to avoid it all. Does a great job of avoiding it all.
43 go Bobby.
Up here, though, it looked to be Scott Formosa getting loose.
They go around me, man.
He gets loose up on the top side. See nothing happen. Ends up coming to 22. 22 takes a hard shot to the outside wall and collects everyone behind him. The 80 of Formosa struggling there. As we see lots of kick mayhem here. There's the 22 of Lemberger. He's not going to really have much say-so in this one. Not much you can do when you're riding in such a tight pack. We're going to go on board with Jake Ham here to see his view of what went on. It's loose. Jack Ham done a great job of getting through as you see all the mayhem behind him. Caution flag will be out. Evans still your leader. Kaufman in second. Dennis there in third. I do not think we're done yet. Going to be interesting to hear the drivers' interviews after this one to start their season here at Talladega. The drivers have been practicing the last few weeks, getting themselves in the seat, getting themselves ready for this series. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the show here this evening. Lights are still on the pace track. This is our sixth caution here this evening. Here's your top 20. We got Evans out front, Kaufman second, Dennis in third, Morrison fourth, Gardner fifth, Webb in sixth, Fiskus in seventh, Drabick in eighth, Goshen in ninth, Ellingson 10th, Jones in 11th, Ham's going to be 12th, Perkins 13th, Barber 14th, Yates in 15th, Knight in 16th, Crackle in 17th, Mullins 18th, Cruz in 19th, and rounding out the top 20 is the 01 of Isaac. Exciting racing going on. Still got 15 laps to go to finish this race out. Who's going to come home the winner? It's still anybody's race here at Talladega. I struggle with these longer races with my voice as it wants to cut out, but I'm going to be just fine. This is my second broadcast today, so that's why my voice is cracking a little bit. Sorry about that. I'm hoping everything's working well and everybody's enjoying what they see from the Goat Locker Racing League here this evening. From veterans for veterans. Please come check them out on all social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and the Instagram, and on X, as it is now called. It used to be the Twitter, but it is now called X, I believe, if I'm getting my information correct. They are doubling back up for the restart here with 14 laps to go. Pace truck lights are off. We will get set for another restart here at Talladega in the Jam Printing and Promotions Truck Series presented by the Goat Locker Racing League. Alright, side by side here on the backstretch, heading down into turn 3. Getting ready for yet another restart here at Talladega for the Goat Locker Racing League, presented by Jam Printing and Promotions. I want to thank all the league sponsors that have come aboard. I think we got a few of them rolling across in the top corner. We got Cruising Classics. We've got the Jam Printing and Promotions upper top corner, where that is the league sponsor, or the series sponsor. We got Veterans for Life Foundation. There's your Jam Printing and Productions. And of course you got Goat Locker Racing. We are set to roll here this evening. Pace truck is off. Getting ready to finish this one out with 13 laps to go when they take the stripe. We'll see. I don't think we're done with the mayhem yet here this evening. Geico restart zone. Evans takes the flag. Kaufman in second on the outside. The 43 gives him a nice push. They are side by side with the start. This one gets in. 25 dots down below. Into line with Evans. The 81 of Dennis. He's going to pull up now for third. 43 of Brisbane Morris. He's going to try to get the outside to pull together as they are starting to pull away into three wide formation yet again. Down the back stretch. 43 jumps up high. 7 jumps down below 7. Tight racing going on. Everybody watch themselves as 43 is loose. Bangs the 61. 61 holds on to it. That was close. Like I said, I do not think we're done with this one quite yet. As if we tried, many areas gone back, side by side for the lead. We got the 39 up and Patrick. Drabick there on the outside. 27 for Ellingson. on the outside of the car. He's pushing 7 up the way on the lead. He's trying to get help from Kaufman, and Kaufman down the inside. Fiskus on the outside. He's going to try to help that outside lane, or is he going to try to make it 3 wide? Thinks better of it right at this moment. But the 27 of Ellingson, and he's definitely thinking if he can get those 7 out the track. Down in the turns 3 and 4. Oh, careful there. Do not want to bump that like that going through the corner. The 3 is bringing the 64 and the 43 with them clear on the outside. 43 jumps back down into the middle lane. Upper lane is being led by number 3. JPM trying to make tailgate in the front. JPM and Knights. Evans still leading it though on the inside lane. Within the middle lane is the 07 of Trebek. Kaufman helping Evans. Trebek getting help. Ellingson. Fiskus up there in the middle lane as well. He might have just got shoved to the outside lane. Coming down the stretch. Fiskus on the outside. Being pushed by the 8. Barber. And Fiskus. Let me see here. We got the 3 of him on the outside. The 64 of Knights on the outside. It's so hard when you get 3 by 3 by 3 for me to figure out driver's names as first week. I've been looking through the list of the distinguished numbers as the positions are so tight. Even though they're side by side, they can be cleared down the list. Because like this race is right now. 10 laps to go here at Talladega. Side by side for that lead. Down they go. Very tight racing. Oh, the 64 gets into it. There's the 7 or I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out who that was up there on the outside. That might be behind the 64. That's the number 9 of Trevor McManus. He's getting into that outside wall a little bit. The number 2 of Regis Clark. He's clear on the outside. They're all trying to get that outside lane to move. As it looks like. The big trying to fight with Fiskus and Barber for the lead. Barber's going to take. No, Fiskus will hold on to it. Ooh, we're tight going down into turn 1. The 8 of Barber still on the outside, trying to get that to work. The 07 Trebek is coming to the front in the middle lane. With the 27 of Edson. 9 laps to go. Down the backstretch takeoff. Down into turn 3. Up on the outside, that is the 8 of Robert Barber. Trying to get that outside lane to come together. Out front, though, is still Charles Fiskus down through turns 3 and 4. The number 7 of Trebek in that middle lane. And on the outside lane, that's being led by Robert Barber. So close to call, even though Robert is on the outside and can pace the lead. And they are sideways from the top side. Lead. Regis Clark going around. You see them, how tight they are up there along the outside. Regis comes up, not clear, comes across the nose of the 80, ends up nose diving into that front. 80 kind of slides down the side of the truck, pushes him around. He's going to continue on in the 2, just as unfortunate there that he's going to be into the outside wall. Oh, no, and the 7 thought he had him cleared, and unfortunately the 7 gets collected. That's what sent the 2 spinning for a second time. The back 5 here, it's going to be Kaufman. They're in 5th. Evans 4th. Ellingson in 3rd. Trebek 2nd. And Fiskus there in 1st. Drivers get situated. 8 laps to go here at Talladega. Your top 20 are Fiskus, Trebek, Evans, Ellingson, Kaufman, Barber, Dennis, Webb, Ham, Perkins are your top 10. Knights, Morris, McManus, Jones, Gardner, Goshen, Marshall, Cruz, Isaac, and Formosa will round out your top 20. Sorry if you hear a dog barking in the background. I'm trying to make sure that I don't have that going on. All right, here we go now. Hopefully everybody hears me just fine. Still working with my mic, as normally I am behind the cameras, behind the scenes, bringing all the NASRA action I can. But tonight I'm in front of the camera as well as running the cameras, so it's a little bit of a fun evening here for me. Couldn't ask for a better race to bring to you here, sitting from Talladega. Such excitement going on. I hope everybody's enjoying it as much as I am enjoying bringing it to you. Charles Fiskus out front, Trebek second, Evans third. Those are your top 3 drivers as it stands right now, coming through turns 3 and 4. We still got a little bit of time here in the caution period as drivers are getting racked up yet again, get set to rock and roll as we possibly will be back green flag with about 5 laps to go to finish out this race of the Goat Locker Racing and Printing and Promotions Truck Series. I want to thank everybody that's come along to join me in this exciting ride this evening here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network as we bring to you the live coverage of the Goat Locker Racing here in iRacing. If you enjoy what you're seeing and maybe you want to get involved in iRacing, go ahead and check iRacing out at iRacing.com. I know for me, I'm not much of an asphalt racer. I do a lot of my racing on the dirt side of the sim. Here tonight, we are running asphalt with the trucks. I'm still learning the asphalt side of the trucks in the truck series. So, but here this evening, I'm seeing such great racing here out of these drivers. Able to hold it 3 wide all the way through the pack for many laps on end until something obviously has to give. And sometimes iRacing netcode likes to help out in some of that endeavor. Lights are out on the Page truck. They are now racked up 2 by 2 again, getting ready for this restart, hopefully for the final time, but I don't know if that is the case. As this is the 7th caution here this evening for the 70-lap race at Talladega for the Truck Series. If anybody has any tips or suggestions, please let Goat Locker know or let myself know, and I will gladly try to implement some of the suggestions here into the broadcast. As I must say, I really enjoy this here this evening. Coupled with the great driving from the drivers, giving us such a show to look at and watch. This just means that it's going to be yet another amazing season of another great racing, of another racing series here on the iRacing League platform. Pace truck is off. They're coming to the restart zone. As I figured, it'll be 5 laps to go when they cross the stripe. Side by side they go. Asphiscus brings them to the flag. He is away. 39 on the inside. 7 on the outside. They both, all lanes get a great restart that time as nobody's really jumping out too far ahead. 27 of Ellingson. He's there on the outside, pushing the 7 of Trebek. Fiskus Evans on the inside. 27 really pushing the 7 down the backstretch. Trying to get some gap here between them as they head down in the corner number 3. Looking like they're going to try to get 3 wide, and there he is again, trying to get the lanes to work side by side simultaneously again. See which lane can prevail. A little bit of zigzag going on in the middle lane. On the bottom, it's the 04 of Fiskus. Fight against the 07 and 27 of the big Ellingson. Kaufman trying to help Fiskus on the inside. I'm sorry, no, Kaufman is on the outside. There's too many red trucks right here in the top. I'm having trouble figuring out which is who. But Evans on the inside there in the 39. He's pushing the 04 and they get sideways and there they go. Another caution yet again. This is going to collect more drivers. '58. I definitely had a tough night here. He fell victim to yet another one. That is the 58 of Doug Ellingson. Such a tough night for him. As we're back under yellow flag here this evening. We're going to go on board with him to start. You'll see it all. Track pretty much blocked. He's slowing up, trying to find a lane to get through. Thinks he sees a lane here to the inside, and the loose tags the outside wall. Oh, a little farther up, we're on board with the 7 of John Anthony. He's trying to get through, find that lane. All that smoke. Finds a clearing, he gets through. Matt Knights was definitely involved. We're seeing here 27 gets turned. And Matt Knights gets turned as well. Coming down through the turn, up with turn 2, gets slammed into the back by the 27. That's going to be a problem there for that truck. As you see, the 25 turns to tough break for some of these drivers. So close to ending this one here this evening. We're going to have our first attempt at a green-white checker. As we're under our 8th caution. 3 laps to close this one out. I should say 2 laps to close this one out here. Green, white, and then checker. So you have your green flag to bring them up to full song. 1 lap to fight it out. Unsure of how many attempts we have here this evening for the goat locker. I will get that for you so I know it off the top of my head for next week. How many attempts we have at a green-white checker. Definitely had some exciting moments during this race here this evening as we're getting ready to finish this one out. Your running order right now for your top 20 is Trebek. Fiskus there in 2nd, Kaufman 3rd, Morrison 4th, Barber 5th, Jones 6th, Dennis 7th, Marshall 8th, Isaac 9th, Gates in 10th, Cam in 11th, Marcus will be 12th, Perkins 13th, Wallace 14th, Mullins 15th, Holyfield 16th, Webb in 17th, Rackle 18th, Anthony 19th, and Gardner will round out your top 20. Driver is getting set. Lights are off on the pace truck. Getting ready to come to the green. Drabick, he's going to decide to go to the outside. Briskus down to the inside. There's the 25 of Kaufman. He's going to the inside. 43 of Morris. He's on the outside. We'll see how this all plays out here within the next couple laps. And it's going to be 2 laps to go when it comes to the stripe. Just waiting on that pace truck to drop off to the inside. Down the backstretch they come. All set, ready to roll. Rebec's got the outside. Fiskus on the inside. Kaufman on the inside. Morris on the outside. And you got Barber in the 8th, sitting in 5th. And in 6th position, that's going to be the purple and orange machine of the 51, Edmund Jones. Still, anybody's race here this evening, as this is not yet finished. Pace truck is off. Coming to the restart zone they come. Rebecca is your leader. And Drabick will be down and away on the outside. 43 giving him a good push. 51 is right there with him. Briskus, though, is not going to easily let him have it. He's fighting here on the bottom side with the 25 pushing him along. The 8 of Barber pushing. Everybody pushing for position as they are now 3 wide. Trying back there for about the 10th position. He's better watch it. They might come 3 wide here yet again. 51 gets shoved to the outside. He might be hung out to dry, but who knows? It's not over yet. Got to really fight as he's got no help yet. Clear up around the top lane. In the middle lane, being led by the 07 of Patrick DeBrick. The 8 of Barber on the inside, right behind the 25 of Kaufman. Fiskus out front. Those 3 drivers are all on the bottom side, coming to the stripe. Final lap this time. Now it's anything goes. Everybody's fighting 3 wide yet again. Coming down through turns 2. Onto the backstretch they come. Pushing 3 wide. The 51 clear up on the upper. I'm sorry, it's not the 51. The Ford is trying to hold on to it. And we got him wrecking down the backstretch. That's Barber. Who's going to come out? We're going to stick with the leaders here. We'll come back and look at that here in a moment. Charles Fiskus out front, followed by Kaufman. It's a battle for 3rd. Dennis and Isaac trying to battle. See who's going to get that 3rd position. I think all are battling now. It's going to be the line. Fiskus for 1st. Dennis for 2nd. And Isaac for 3rd. Kaufman ends up being dropped back to 4th. What a finish here this evening. Lots of excitement here this evening. Oh, there's your race winner. That is Charles Fiskus here this evening. There's Charles Fiskus, your race winner here this evening with the Goat Locker Racing League, bringing you the Jam Printing and Promotions Truck Series. Alrighty, so we'll see how this. Getting ready to see if he'll burn it down here this evening. There you go. There's the let the celebrations begin for Charles Fiskus as he wins the opener of the Goat Locker Racing and Printing and Promotion Truck Series here at Talladega. Next week we are on to Michigan, so we're going to let him burn it down. And we'll check out your race results real fast. Charles Fiskus is your winner. Darren Dennis in second. Mikey Isaac there in third. James Kaufman fourth. Jamie Barkus in fifth. Brandon Evans sixth. Jamie Mullins there in seventh. Ellingson there in eighth. Regis Clark ninth. James Goshen in 10th. Those are your top 10 finishers. Brandon Wallace 11th. Jeremy Gardner there in 12th. Cruz 13th. Ham 14th. Formosa in 15th. Anthony in 16th. Holyfield Sr. in 17th. Daniel Crackle there in 18th. Farther on back to grid this evening, we have in 19th. Matt Knights, Robert Barber in 20th, Edmund Jones 21st, Levi Webb 22nd, Patrick Trebek 23rd, Ryan Perkins 24th, Christopher Morse Jr. in 25th, Joe Yakes there in 26th, Alan Marshall 27th. 28th will go to Doug Ellingson, 29th Trevor McManus, 30th Nicholas Limburger, 31st Brandon Barron, 32nd will finish out to round out your field, David Camara. I want to congratulate all the drivers for making it through what they could here this evening. This is a tough track, especially with such skilled drivers wanting to take it 3 wide numerous times tonight, showing the skill of the drivers. As now we're going to catch up in victory lane. Hopefully we find our third place finisher. Our third place finisher of Mikey Isaac. Get his thoughts on the race here momentarily. Good evening, Mikey. How's it going?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Some great, exciting racing going on tonight. Take us through the ending laps there, getting that third place spot.
I was just trying to survive. They wrecked on the back stretch. I was like, well, I'm going to go to the high line. Really didn't have no drafting partner, so I just kind of side drafted and had a little run, but it wasn't just, it wasn't enough. I was so close to get the win there, but, we'll take the third place.
It's been close racing all night long. I'm still learning this series. You be able to tell me, are these fixed setups or open setups for you drivers?
It's a fixed series.
It's a fixed series, okay. So I notice you have the 01 machine camouflage with Mission 22. I always enjoy seeing that in the iRacing. I know there's a lot of iRacing racers out there that run Mission 22. Great organization there. I love to see it represented, especially through this league. What other sponsors you want to give a shout out to this evening?
It's just I'm a fan of Mission 22. A couple guys I started with, they became a statistic, and so I try to support, any way possible.
Never want to be a statistic of Mission, that's for sure. They should always know that there's somebody that they can talk to.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Those guys wanted to reach out. Unfortunately, he took his own life, so I just try to support anybody who goes through those problems. It's bad times, and there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
I'm sorry to hear that, and so glad that you are supporting the cause. Congrats on your third place win. Do you have any other ending thoughts for us here this evening?
We'll just see how this season goes. Hopefully, the rest of the season is like tonight. I get up with my way up front, but, take it for granted. So we'll see what next week's got in store for it.
Well, next week you're at Michigan. Can you take anything from this race in, to help prepare you for next week?
Just try to stay out of the carnage.
I think that's every week, isn't it?
It is, but the speedway track, so it's you're more prone to getting.
Well, it seems like the
accident.
Like your first three races this year, you're starting with Talladega, which is a big 2.5 mile, I think, if I got my distance right. Then you're going to Michigan, and then you go to a little bit smaller track at Richmond. It's going to be interesting to see how these first three races go for you.
Especially the Michigan and Richmond. All these guys they haven't raced together, and they don't know how to react. And it's just a learning situation every week.
Now, there's always a learning curve at the start of a new season, but what a way to start it with a third place. So close there for, like you said, for the win. I know the 25, he's going to be kicking himself a little bit because he did not hold on to a podium coming to the line. You guys were just so close there for that second, third, fourth positions. It was quite a photo finish there.
Yeah, I knew it was close. But well, they say close only counts in horseshoes.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say. Well, you have yourself a great night. Enjoy your third place and get ready for Michigan.
I appreciate it. You too. Have a good night.
All right, that was your second place finisher of Mikey Isaac, finishing second tonight. It's going to be the 81 of Darren Dennis. Darren Dennis, this is Adam in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All righty, some finish here.
Oh, yes, it was, and it was. I was gripping my wheel tighter than I probably ever gripped it for that finish.
I'm sure you had your hands tied on that wheel a few times tonight.
Oh, yes, I did. Just trying to stay alive out there. Talladega is one of those tracks that if you don't stay up on your wheel, you'll lose it real quick.
Well, we saw that a few times, a few incidents. The field got 3 wide. Looks like this field, if they run together even more and learn everybody's reaction times and stuff, this field might be able to run 3 wide here at Talladega without an issue. They were holding it for a good 5 laps.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that 100%. These guys racing in this league right here put on some fantastic racing tonight. And the one big thing that I noticed that I liked the most about it was everyone raced pretty respectfully. And there was a lot of times and a lot of trucks that I seen that, they were in spots that if most people were in, they'll start getting frustrated. And everybody seemed to keep their head on their shoulders and keep the truck going straight. And I'm pretty impressed with this league. First race was pretty epic, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, it definitely, for my first broadcast here with the Goat Locker Racing, with this Jam Printing and Promotions Truck Series, it was such a great show here this evening. You guys put on such a great show. Like I said, I'm here trying to follow the score ticker, and I'm looking for the third truck on the bottom, and I'm looking clear down at the 12th position for him. I mean, that's how close the pack was at times. It was just 3 wide the whole way through the pack. All 30 trucks, 3 wide.
Yeah, that's kind of funny because I was talking to myself. I was like, if I could just keep it in the top 15, I'll be pretty good because you could go straight from 3rd to 7th and straight to 15th and right back to 6th within a matter of 2 laps. And it was wild. I love that 3 wide racing, and I'm glad we was able to do it. I'm glad you were able to catch all that action for us.
Oh, it was something to watch. I'm hoping the viewers all enjoyed it. It was definitely exciting to call here in the booth. I may not have a voice later, but so what? It was just exciting to be able to call it, especially for my first time here at Goat Locker. It was a phenomenal finish. Do you have any sponsors or people you want to thank for your second position podium finish here this evening?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to start off by thanking my wife, Tiffany Ayers, and my daughter, Audrey Dennis. She's 3 years old, and she loves this stuff, but unfortunately, she didn't make it the whole race tonight. Give a big shout-out to them for supporting me in this and letting me spend countless hours in here doing this stuff. And give a shout-out to my sponsor, Speed King E-Motorsports, put me in this bad old 81 ride with a nice chrome paint job tonight. He brought me in probably about 6 months ago. We've run a couple different leagues, and he's pointed me in the right direction and been super helpful, and he's been a great team owner, basically. And give a shout out to my buddy Jeremy Gardner out there. He's taught me a lot as well. I've just been doing this about a year now, so I'm ever more thankful to all those people. And give a shout out to Goat Locker Racing as well for getting us in the league. Jamie was super helpful with all that, and everyone in the league so far has just been great people. I'm just very grateful to be here.
Well, it's wonderful to hear. Glad you're here. Glad you're putting on a show. Definitely a great finish here this evening. And you're gonna teach your daughter when she's old enough to drive how to run on the sim.
Oh, absolutely. I literally cannot wait. I wish it could happen faster, but I don't. I don't want her to grow up no faster. But I can wait, but I can't. You know what I mean? She comes in here and rides in my lap, and sometimes she makes it about 30 minutes around the track, and all the time she makes it 30 seconds. So she does love it, and she tries to get in here and drive it. She just can't reach nothing or see over the wheel yet.
You can start by having her just hold the wheel, you run the pedals, and she can steer it.
That's right. That's how we do it. A little teamwork action.
Oh, that's great to hear. Always love to hear more getting into the sport of racing, enjoying the sport of racing. And again, great finish here this evening in that 81.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Well, that was your second place finisher, Darren Dennis, in the number 81 machine, getting it done here this evening for that second place position. We're going to move on to victory lane now to Charles Fiscus. I hope I'm saying his last name right, so we'll get it right as we pull him in now. All right, Charles, do you got a copy on me? This is Adam Fligger in the booth.
Yeah, sure do.
All righty. What a race.
Yeah, that was a good race there. For
Three
sure.
wide, almost all the way back through the field. Exciting for us to watch. I can only imagine what it was like being leading of the pack during some of those moments.
Well, I just held the bottom as hard as I could, and just never lift.
Were you worried that the outside might get a run at any point?
Well, yeah, I did. Actually, I wanted to start behind Jamie. I really didn't want the inside, but yeah, I got a good push though. I got a real good push, several of them. So once I broke 3 of him, I thought the 2 of us would pretty much get on out of there.
Well, unfortunately, we're coming to the finish. James Kaufman, I think, was who was pushing you, or was it Jamie, the 15? He ended up finishing 4th because they went 3 wide for second place there.
Well, that's what you want to see, isn't it?
Now, it was a great race, and I know a couple of them were hoping they could catch you off guard when they went 3 wide, but unfortunately, it was just a little bit too late.
No, I had my eye on him. I saw him back there, and I wasn't going to give up that bottom. I know that.
I know some drivers, they prefer that bottom lane, and others, like me, prefer that middle lane.
Well, I thought during the race the outside lane was faster. I ran the outside lane mostly, but there at the end, I figured if things get crazy, I want to be down on the bottom.
Well, the last place I know you want to be, whether you're inside or outside, you do not want to be in the middle. And there was lots of drivers that were caught in the middle tonight as you guys were running 3 wide on back through the pack. Looked like we got a great group of guys here racing with you this season, and what a way to start the season off with a win.
Well, I appreciate it, and yeah, that's a good way to start. Can't get any better than that.
Well, you got any sponsors or people you want to thank for allowing you to get the podium finish here this evening?
Well, no, not really. I don't have any sponsors. So, no, just going to keep at it. Race hard.
Well, that's all you can do. What can you take from this and I asked a couple of the other drivers this, what can you take from this to bring you into Michigan next week?
Well, you got to be around at the end to win them. That's for sure. And I'll just kind of let things settle down and make a move.
Well, you know what they say, you can't win it in turn one.
No, you got to be around at the end for sure.
But great job tonight getting that win. Enjoy it. Celebrate. Oh, what a way to start this Goat Locker racing season with such a... I can't express how exciting this race was. Hopefully when everybody watches it back or the viewers watch it, they can agree that this was an exciting evening here tonight.
Well, it was definitely exciting inside the car, so I hope the fans out there liked it too.
Oh, it definitely was exciting to watch for us. As we, like I said, we crossed over halfway, and it just seemed like everybody said, "Okay, now it's time to go," and everybody started getting three lanes of racing going. And you don't always see it end too well, but you guys kept it together for a good 5-6 laps at a time, 3 wide. I got to give you the drivers out here with Goat Locker.
Well,
some great shout outs there.
The race. So I appreciate y'all broadcasting the race and look forward to many more.
Well, we look forward to bringing you next week here at Michigan on this NASCAR 360 Racing Network. Again, great job. You go enjoy your win.
Thank you. You have a good evening too, buddy.
Same to you.
Bye-bye.
So that's Charles Fiskus, your winner. I'm hoping I said that right. I don't remember if I caught him up with it. Want to give a shout out to the league owners, Patrick and Jake. I'd worked with them a good bit. I think, well, if they're not league owners, they're at least admins of the league for bringing NASCAR in, allowing us to be here for such a great finish. As you're watching it here in slow motion, the 81 on the inside, the 01 on the outside, coming to that line. Unfortunately for the 25, he ends up falling back to 4th. I mean, what's such a finish here this evening. As you see coming to the line, how close it was. Great race here this evening for those top 3 drivers, as well as all the other 30 drivers that participated here tonight. You guys did such a great job. It put on a phenomenal show. I want to definitely give the shout out to Jam Printing and Promotions for coming on board to help bring you this action from the Goat Locker Racing League. Catch us next week as we head to Michigan for another night of fantastic racing. And I feel this season is going to be such an exciting one to watch after seeing tonight's action here at Talladega. I'm one that I feel the first race really sets the tone for how the season could go. And with as exciting as tonight's was, I think we're in for a wonderful, exciting season going forward. So make sure to catch us around, and we hope to bring you more races this season. A great night.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life.